Oh my goodness, you're watching Joe Zito at Da Boys Podcast. That man is something to really put your mind on. He's fabulous. Da BOIS Podcast. This is Claudia Wells. I'm Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future, and I highly recommend you check out his station.
Whoa, man, I died and gone to heaven.
What are you talking about?
Whoa.
Hey, now, Matula, that may be kind of hard for you to handle.
Well, man, there's only one way to find out. I want to be fun if I can.
Hey, man, you owe me an essay.
Hey, I might be wrong, but you look lost.
You're not wrong. I'm looking for the sign-ups. For the auditions?
Oh, that's down the hall, the table. The minute you walk in, big crooked sign says auditions.
I must have walked right past it.
Oh.
Thanks.
Hey, my name's Danielle Matula. My friends call me Danny. And you're?
Grateful for your help, Daniel.
Re-elect Mayor Goldie Wilson. Progress is his middle name.
Too loud. I can't believe it. I'm never gonna get a chance to play in front of anybody.
Marty, one rejection isn't the end of the world.
Nah, I just don't think I'm cut out for music.
But you're good, Marty. You're really good. And this audition tape of yours is great. You've got to send it into the record company. It's like Doc's
Yeah,
always
I
saying.
know. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
That's good advice, Marty.
All right, okay, Jennifer. What if I send in the tape and they don't like it? I mean, what if they say I'm no good?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Joe, also known as JZ Production on YouTube. Today I got an amazing and wonderfully talented guest. What is your name, miss?
My name is Claudia Grace Laura Wells.
Welcome, Miss Wells. I got a couple questions for you.
Pleasure.
Okay. So, what are you doing during these times of quarantine, and how has technology changed from back then to now?
It's extraordinary. My friend Lee Francis is a superstar in the UK. And during COVID, instead of doing his 3 or 4 shows he does a week that he hosts, he's learned how to do, sorry, I'm just getting rid of those. He's learned how to do everything, making films, doing this, doing that. I personally have not taken the time necessary and available to learn more of the technical part of life. Which I really want to. I want my store to be online. I'm going to start doing, live Instagram and Facebook things online at my store. And I just have this weird thing with technology that I feel like there's like a wall between me and technology. I'm great at it sometimes, like with the cell phone, I can type with my thumb super fast. But it's definitely a learning curve that you have, and I do not, though I need to. That was a very long answer.
Oh, good. Now, what made you want to become an actress, and who was your biggest inspiration for acting?
I was born wanting to be an actress. I literally was born knowing, as soon as I saw television, anything, I knew that was my life. I had absolutely no doubt since I could speak that was my life. And it's interesting because I was talking to my sister earlier and about where do you feel the most fulfilled? Where do you feel the most happy in life? And I think when I'm actually in the midst of acting, that's my happy place. I said it's when I'm making a sale and dressing someone at my store, Armani Wells, and styling a man up and showing him how beautiful he can look, that, he just transforming someone at my store. That's pure joy. And acting is pure joy, pure fulfillment, where I feel like I'm in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. So I'm grateful and blessed that I get that same experience at the store, which I've had almost 30 years. It just turned 29 a month ago. But I'm very seriously considering, I've been acting every now and again, and I'll be doing a movie when the Czech Republic opens up again. But I'm considering maybe fighting for real acting and not just when people ask me to, because that's definitely a real fulfilling thing for me. And I was born knowing that was my life.
I think you're a very good actress. I have, as well as you're very talented.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's like at recess when you play house.
Yeah.
I mean, I really, and my my actress inspiration is Jessica Lange.
Okay.
Once I saw her in Frances, the movie
Mm.
that nominated for an Oscar for, I fell in love with her as an actress and how much she morphs into the character that she's playing. And that's the truth in acting. So
Mm.
I was an actress for many years before I saw her in that. However, she was my inspiration. And prior to her being my inspiration, just the actual experience of acting was my inspiration. It wasn't about a person or a role or an avenue, whether it was television or opera or film or theater. It was the actual process of acting.
Mm.
Singing. I was in the San Francisco Girls Chorus with my sister in San Francisco. We're both founding members, and she sang in operas and I sang in operas at the San Francisco Grand Opera House. So whatever it is, just I don't know what that thing is that actors have, because a lot of us are shy in person, but give
Mm.
us a stage, give us a camera, give us a role, and we're totally fulfilled and comfortable. I'll
Yeah,
bet you find that from a lot of other people too.
I like that. Okay. Now, if you could pick any role in any, like, what's like, what role do you want to do? Like, what kind of role? Like a western? I don't know. Kind of like, what kind of role do you want to do?
I would love to do a tough girl role, a
Okay.
rough, humble, tough, completely against type of what people see me as. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to play like how Charlene, what was Charlize played?
Sarah.
Yes, how she completely transformed herself to play that character.
Mm-hmm.
Would like to do something like that.
Oh.
And if not that, I would love to do maybe a 3 camera slapstick, total opposite of that, and do a comedy like a Home Improvement or
Mm-hmm.
those type of shows. Um, yeah, I think the acting bug is hitting me, and I can do a lot more than people realize just because I've lived a lot of life. But I think it might be time.
Oh, okay. Now, what director taught you the most? Is there a director you want to work with?
Well, I would love to work with Bob Zemeckis again, Steven Spielberg on anything. Um, I worked with such magnificent directors. Bill Bixby, from
Oh.
the Court Betty's father, and he was also in The Incredible Hulk. He directed one of the episodes of Herbie the Love Bug. An amazing man. Martin Sheen, his directorial debut was the school break special I starred in called Babies Having Babies, and we all won an award with the Youth Young Artists United, I think it was called. No, I'm sorry. What was it called? Youth in Films. Gerald McCraney, who
Mm.
on his directorial debut, I was the guest star on Simon and Simon, and I played a nice girl who was set up, and she ended up on drugs and homeless and taken advantage of, and the bad guys and the good guys. It was an amazing role. Those would be my top directors, and I've worked with some of the greats. One of the directors, Gene, I can't think of his last name. He directed my first pilot. It was called Rise and Shine, and he ended up directing all the Kate Nallies. And then another director I worked with ended up directing all of the Bill Cosby Show. So I've really worked with great men. And actually, a director named Claudia was fantastic. She was the director of a show called Brothers that I was in. I love all directors. I think it's important for a director to actually really direct. I worked with one guy, and he would just say, have fun with it. But give me direction, I'll take it. I like that.
Like that. Okay. Now, if you never like went in like the acting field, what would your career be? And what other hobbies do you have besides like making your store or acting? What hobbies do you have?
That's interesting. I was thinking about that on my way to work today. What are your hobbies, Claudia? I used to want to be a princess, like a real princess, married to a prince, an actress, or a nurse. Those are my 3 slants. I love babies. I love children. I loved babysitting. And who doesn't want to be a princess? And acting. And my hobbies, I don't know, maybe kitty cats can be a hobby. I've got 3 kitty cats I'm just madly in love with, that I cuddle with and play with, and they're my, family in my home, because my son is grown and gone. Uh,
Mhm.
Hobbies. I used to collect rocks, and I would collect shells, and I used to collect fragrance samples, because they used to make them in beautiful little bottles when I was a little girl. And I used to collect these teeny tiny little mice that was from a really expensive store in San Francisco, and they were every character in the world but a little mouse.
Mm.
So I suppose those are hobbies maybe 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I'm 54 now. Um, I don't know if I have any hobbies. Cooking. I love to cook. Uh,
Mhm.
I love to read, but getting me to open a book is like a campaign. Once I open the book and I start reading, I realize how much I adore it. Uh,
When you-
I love TV, Netflix, and watching different. I love documentaries.
oh. Aren't you making like a documentary about your friend too? I think, if I remember correctly.
Her name is Inesita. Inesita, Inesita. She's a flamenco dancer. She's one of my best friends. She will be 100 years old on July 11th, 2021.
Wow.
I was just texting with her before this interview. I was at her house last night, just literally hanging out. She knows everything, remembers everything from, she was born in 1921. Her first professional appearance was in 1943.
Mhm.
Her last professional dance appearance, where she led the whole thing and danced like 8 dances, was April of 2019.
Wow.
98 years old at that time. She turned 90 in July. I'm doing a documentary about her. But I'm telling you,
Yeah.
she's sharp as a knife. And she danced all over the world. She's danced in Bob Hope movies. She's danced at every theater, major theater in the world. She's taught. She's extraordinary. And she still does it. And she
Wow.
piano like a pianist at the symphony. And same with the harpsichord.
Hmm.
And she dances, she plays the piano, she plays the harpsichord every single day. Lives on her own in a great big beautiful house, drives wherever she needs to go,
Huh.
and is gorgeous. I mean, she literally still dances like someone you'd think is in their 20s.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I like that. She's gonna turn the big 100. Like, it's like big. It's really big.
And she's unlike any elder woman I've ever known in my life, ever.
Wow. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Now, hopefully, when things get back to normal, sooner rather than later, do you have any things in the works? Any projects or any movies, TV shows, anything?
I do. I have several. Besides that, I'm doing a lot of virtual autograph signings where people
Mhm.
show things and I sign, 200 license plates or different things. I'm starring in a movie that was supposed to film last April. So as soon as the Czech Republic opens up, I'll be starring in that as the queen of a fairy tale. Um, there's another movie called Quinn that I work on. As soon as they get more money, they do more scenes and they keep growing my role. My store, of course, I'm the sole employee and runner of it. And I opened it in 1991 at the same location it's at now. So an always. Um, I have over 200 poems in my phone, and I just think maybe I ought to put them in a book or 10 of
Yeah.
them, something. And I've written like a children's storybook about um, it's uh, it's about how I feel God is and how I feel He's treated me. But it's a storybook and it's for children. But I haven't actually published it.
Wow.
Several things I could. I just had an invention that has to do with masks. I just need to find a guy to do the prototype. So there's so many things like in my heart and head. But
Mhm.
right now, I'm just going with the flow, working at my store, doing interviews. doing virtual signings and things like that, and enjoying.
Okay. Now, is there any advice you would give people who want to go into acting? What's your advice?
Consistency.
Consistency. Okay.
What you want, don't quit. If it's what you want, keep working toward it. If it's what you want, understand it's going to be very emotionally difficult, because people are going to say no to you, and they're going to say it's objective, but it's not. It's subjective. You're too tall, you're too short, you're too thin, you're too big, you're too dark, you're too light. It's very subjective. So you got to have a tough skin.
Mhm.
You can do that, and you know that you were born to be an actor. Go for it, because if
Mhm.
God put that in your heart, is because He has the plans to create it into being.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
actress in my entire bloodline.
Wow, I like that
Yeah.
as well. I also liked your role, looking back at your roles, like you were in Fame, Back to the Future, of course. I like those roles.
Fame was one of my favorites. Fame, Simon and Simon,
Mhm.
and Back to the Future, of course. Uh, Fame, Simon. Yeah, those were some of my favorite roles I ever did. And Jennifer, of course.
Yeah, and if I do like a Fame like reunion, you're invited, Miss Wells. How
That'd be
about
great.
you?
I know you, Carol, the English teacher on Fame. I love her. I was thinking about her the other day because I was at her house with Johnny Silverman and Dana Hill, two other
Wow.
actors. He died many, many years ago, and Johnny is, a superstar. But we spent one New Year's Eve at her home, just hanging out, sitting on the floor and talking all night long. Just thinking about that the other day. So I'm going to let you put us in touch. That would be nice.
I got you. Okay. Is there anything you want to promote and shout? I can link down below in the description.
I would love to promote. I just got a new shipment of my How About a Ride, Mr. T-shirts that were designed by a guy named Timothy Lim. They're fabulous, and it's a very soft cotton, so it's actually high quality as well. Armani Wells is my store, and I'm there Thursday through Saturday, noon to 5. High-end designer resale for men. And I love for people to find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the Claudia Wells. And then if you want to get autographs or videos or anything like that, go to claudiawells.com or Cameo or autographs to you or supercollector.com. I'm available and out there. So I guess the media sites of friending me and joining at the Claudia Wells, my store, Armani Wells, armaniwells.com. Kidsinthespotlight.com is a charity I'm a founding board member of, and we help foster children. So it's kidsinthespotlight.com. Those were the main pushes.
And then
Real heart for homeless people. I mean, if anyone's involved in anything that makes a difference, I want to be a part of that.
I like that. And then a link your church, I think.
Oh, I love my church. It's New Dawn LA on Facebook and Zoom and YouTube. I'm a founding member of my church as well. And God is everything to me, and His Son, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. So without them, I'd be mush on the carpet.
God first. God first.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, and Miss Wells, for being an awesome and amazing guest. Thank you.
Joe, you're a great guy. I'm proud of you. And I love what you've done through this whole COVID time, and the guests that you've had on your show, and your questions are exquisite. So my hat's.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome, Miss Wells.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.